Welcome to our monthly Pan-African roundup on popular struggles and solidarity campaigns. South Africa, Abahlali baseMjondolo hosts youth camp on the 16th of June. Abahlali baseMjondolo hosted a political education youth camp where over 150 young people from the movement met. ABN Youth Coordinator Tandega Tusini speaks about this moment on the anniversary of the Soweto uprising, where young leaders spoke about the challenges they face and possible solutions.
So as the youth of South Africa, especially the poor, we try by all means to organize ourselves through education that we can get, especially the political education, since we know that the youth in South Africa has been left out for a long time now, since 1994.
On the 16th of June, Viwata also gathered young people in Tanzania to think about agroecological justice and in so doing carry forward the spirit of full liberation that was at the heart of the Soweto uprising led by South African youth fighting for freedom. The students are part of the agroecological school clubs established by Viwata. Ghana, don't tax my period. Ghana is facing what is perhaps its worst economic crisis in a generation, as rising costs have exerted pressure on the majority of households in the country. On the 22nd of June, Ghanaian activists took to the streets of Accra for the Don't Tax My Period protest organized by the Women's Wing of the Social Movement of Ghana and allied organizations. Amidst growing anger over the heavy taxation of menstrual products, the action drew attention to the pervasive yet often overlooked issue of period poverty.
Our march will not be in vain. Our work will not be in vain. What we have come here to do is historical. It is something that will go into history as one of the important marches by women.
Harassment of Ghanaian workers in the looming general strike. Why are workers going on strike in Ghana? General Secretary of the Socialist Movement of Ghana, Kwesi Pratt Jr. and General Secretary of the Trade Union Congress of Ghana discuss.
The strike is meant to show solidarity with our comrades there, but more importantly, to show employers and government that the unions will not sit down for abuse of workers' rights to join a union to happen.
Tanzania, first zonal peasant and popular feminism encounter. Viwata hosted its first zonal peasant and popular feminism encounter at the Manyara offices. More than 100 peasant women from various regions attended the meeting where peasant and popular feminism was discussed. In Swaziland, June is the month of the Martyrs. 29 June 2023 marks 2 years since King Mswati and the Swazi government ordered the merciless mass killing of over 100 Swazi citizens who marched on the streets demanding a people's government that will prioritize and work in the interest of the vast majority of the citizens of Swaziland, says the People's United Democratic Movement. Tax exemptions for multinational companies are responsible for Zambia's debt crisis. The Socialist Party has debunked the so-called success of the much talked about deal to restructure $6.3 billion of Zambia's debt, describing it instead as a failure, says the Socialist Party General Secretary Cosmas Musumali.
They are doing it again to show that they have recruited teachers, now they are going to construct houses for teachers, and so forth. So they are also falling into the same trap. In as much as they are saying they are doing some debt restructuring, they are not going to borrow, but they are also going to fall into the same trap. They have started borrowing. And Zambians have to watch out. This is in the public domain. Please read, please find out where this spending is coming from. This is money that Zambians have to pay at a later date.
Remembering Patrice Lumumba. 30th June marks the Democratic Republic of Congo's Independence Day. On the 2nd of July, we remember the birth of the Congo's first democratically elected Prime Minister, Patrice Lumumba. In Lumumba's speech at the proclamation of the Congo's independence, Lumumba said, "The Congo's independence is a decisive step towards the liberation of the whole African continent." Brazil, over 100,000 people literate. For almost 40 years, the Landless Workers Movement, MST in Brazil, has given priority to the fight for the right to public education in the territories where rural landless workers live and has taught literacy to more than 100,000 adults across Brazil through the youth and adult education campaigns based on the Cuban literacy method, Yes I Can, created in 1961 and Paulo's Cultural Circle. This is also extended to countries like Zambia, where today the MST and Socialist Party Zambia have collaborated on the third member literacy and agroecology program, which has already successfully trained over 2,000 people.